Hello and welcome to this week's Oracle card reading for week commencing the 19th of February. Thank you so much for joining me this week. This week we'll pull 3 cards to symbolise the beginning, the middle and the end of the week. Excuse the noise, there's some building work going on outside this office. So we'll pull off, this card is really keen to come out, so that's our first one, our second one and our third card. Wow. So let's check out what's happening for us globally as our global energy for the beginning of this week. So the first card that comes up is adversity, and it says, I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. This might be hard for some of us to swallow, but really, when we think about it, if we just took a minute to think back over our lives and how much we've grown and changed and learned over the years in our lives, often the biggest lessons we've learned about life, about beauty, about love, about ourselves, has come through challenge. Often we realize how important people are to us in our lives if we've suffered some kind of loss. Often we really value what we have if we've come from a place that didn't always have that. So with challenge, with this adversity, becomes a great chance for soul growth. And I remember when personally I started viewing my life that way. You know, when we start viewing the adversity and those challenges as things that are actually building us up and setting us up for great things in some cases, then that really gives us that boost if we're struggling at the moment. So at the beginning of this week, maybe we just want to take a notepad and pen and just reflect upon the adversity, the challenges that we've had, that we've struggled with, and then right next to them all the great things we learn about ourselves and the world from those challenges. And it can really help us to see things from a new perspective. As we move into the middle of the week, the card that comes up is indecision, and it says, I use my intuition in all aspects of my life. Being indecisive is not good. And this is from somebody who, I'm still working on it. I'm still a work in progress. We all are. But somebody who in my teenage years was probably the most indecisive person you would ever meet. I found it very, very hard to make a decision. And then as I kind of grew, I asked myself, why? And for me personally, it came down to this fear of making the wrong choice or saying the wrong thing or doing the wrong thing. I didn't want to get it wrong. I didn't want to fail. So if we are going through a period in our life where we are indecisive, or perhaps that's just an aspect of our personality at the moment, we might want to ask ourselves why that is. Because it's best, if we are asked to make a decision, for example, and we don't know, we can say, I don't know what to do just yet, or I'm not going to make a decision just yet. That in and of itself is making the choice. When we're indecisive, it's kind of like we don't make a choice and we do make a choice, and then, you know, it's wishy-washy. I think most of us, the majority of us, have been there. So this isn't a criticism of our personalities, but it's just saying in the middle of this week, making choices in our lives really helps us to own our lives and be more in control of our lives. And what this card is also saying is make these choices through intuition. So if we are really struggling, just ask our soul, ask our heart, you know, what do you want? What do you want? Just really close our eyes and ask our heart directly, what do you want? And follow the intuition that comes from that. That can really help us to make choices if we're struggling. And as we move into the end of the week, the card that comes up is freedom. And it says, I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. So it's almost like we've written down these challenges in our lives. We've recalled these challenges and then really thought about how our soul has grown from them. Then in the middle of the week, we're getting more decisive. You know, we're saying, this is who I am. This is what I believe in. I'm open to change, but I know what I stand for. And at the end of the week, it's almost like that brings us great freedom, because we're really owning who we are. And we're all going to be called to do this more and more. None of us have completely got this nailed. But that's part of this journey, particularly for this year. I feel that energy is so much about us wanting to express who we are, having the freedom to say who we are, to speak our truth. More and more people speaking their truth. And people don't necessarily have to agree. That's the other thing about freedom. So I may have a different opinion to you. And we're all, it's about getting okay with that as well. So that's what I'm getting from the messages from the cards this week. Kind of a real week of empowerment. I'm feeling a lot of intense power energy this week. Very feminine energy in some aspects and very masculine in the other. And this combination of these energies meeting so that we can really become who we are and reach our full potential. So I hope that you've enjoyed the reading this week. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. If you would like to order your own personal reading to see what energies are affecting you in your life, you can visit my website in the description box down below this video. Until we speak again next week, I'm sending you so much love, peace and happiness, and I hope that this really is an empowering week for you. Lots of love, Alyssa.